Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Virgo and Pisces on Saturdays. Also, for those of you who are interested, the deck that I'm using today is called the Gilded Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, my information is in the description below. So I do just want to give you guys the heads up that sometimes when I'm shuffling the cards, I like to flip over in the deck. I do see them. However, I only take cards that jump out of the deck like these ones have. And with that being said, my main goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your reading. So I'm just going to try to pull out 1 or 2 more cards, and then we can get started. I'm going to go ahead and take out this High Priestess the way that it came. But before we get started, I do just want to give you guys a quick reminder that in case you enjoy the reading, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall energy here is the Magician, which is a super awesome energy to be in because the Magician is all about manifestation. So we know that whenever we see the Magician, we are talking about a period in which you guys feel very powerful. Right now is a time to make things happen, Virgo. And I feel like you guys have had a lot of seeds of intention that you guys have been planning lately. And I think that for a lot of you guys, now is when you're going to really start to see those things come into fruition. Because the Magician, as you can see, has all 4 of the elements there, right? He has the Wands, the Cups, the Swords, and the Pentacles. Right? Every suit represents something different. So the Magician has mastery over all 4 of those elements. So he has the emotional maturity of the Cups, the passion and drive of the Wands, the financial and physical stability of the Pentacles, and then the mental prowess of the Swords. So when all of these elements are put together, the Magician is effectively able to conjure up anything, right? Make things appear and disappear at will. So the Magician here is using his power in order to create his own reality. And that's the energy that you guys are in, and that's what you guys should be doing with your energy right now, is trying to focus that into whatever it is that you want, because now is going to be the time when you're able to make it come into fruition, right? And I feel like to some degree you guys already kind of know what you want, right? We have the Chariot card here with the Hanged Man in reverse. Now, the Hanged Man in reverse is always a very interesting card to me. The Hanged Man, when it comes up in the upright, it tells us that we need to slow down, take another look at the situation, and really go and evaluate and see what is going on from a different perspective, right? So the symbolism here is that the Hanged Man hangs himself from the feet so that he is able to get a different perspective and look at things in a new way to allow him to see possible new solutions to his problems, or just like different ways of analyzing things, right? But the fact that this is in reverse tells us that he's already come down, right? He's come down from the tree and he's ready to take what he's learned and put it into use. So I think that right now you guys have spent a lot of time probably thinking and really deliberating over a situation, but now you're moving into a time of action, right? You know what the reality is, you know what you need to do, and you know how you're going to do it. And with this Chariot card, you're going to, right? The Chariot is representative of movement. So I'm seeing that things are going to start to happen now, right? You're going to move into a different stage of the situation. You're going to move into a different, perhaps, career or position, right? I'm hearing a lot of those things. But either way, you're going to start to see movement in perhaps places where you felt stuck in the past. So now things are going to start to happen. And with the 5 of Cups and the Page of Cups here in reverse, it's very interesting because the Page of Cups is usually an emotional message. And, you know, that can manifest in a lot of different ways for people. The most common way that people will interpret this card is a love offer, but I'm not really getting that's what it is, right? Because an emotional message can be multiple things. I'm also getting that for some of you, you could be receiving either an apology or just a heartfelt message of some kind. I think that somebody is going to take the time to really give you just something to make you feel good in regards to your emotions and just messages in general, right? Like, expect to see somebody say, even if it's something small, like, hey, thanks for what you did. I feel like it's going to leave a big impact on you because it's something very kind and I don't want to say thought provoking, but it's just like something that's very nice that makes you feel good. And I feel like it's going to come as a reassurance in this time of Five of Cups, because the Five of Cups is a disaster, right? It's when you have 5 cups and then of those 5 cups, you spill 3. And I'm getting that for some of you guys, this might actually be literal. So for some of you guys, you might be actually spilling cups. I'm getting like somebody, like the imagery of somebody holding coffee and it falls. So if you're drinking coffee, especially if you're coming out of a coffee shop, be very careful not to drop your coffee. But either way, I'm getting here that with this 5 of Cups, there is sort of this fear or this precedent of things going awry and not going out well or the way that you expected them to. So I feel like what you should do is try to look for comfort as much as you can, because this to me feels like a message, perhaps even from a mother, like a mother figure, that gives you some kind of consolation, some kind of like solace, right? It makes you feel better about the situation, but because it's in reverse, it feels like it's not coming through. So I think that for a lot of you guys, now would be a good time to really like take advantage of your support system. I don't mean take advantage in like a bad way, but like use your support system. If you need support, ask for it, because I feel like people are very keen to help you, especially because you guys are so helpful, right? Virgo is probably the most self-sacrificing astrological sign there is. So I don't think that you guys have been selfish lately. And I feel like that's going to, I don't want to like turn this into like a quid pro quo kind of a situation, but I feel like so many people have felt helped by you in the past that they're going to be willing to help you out this time around. You know what I mean? And even though you sort of have this like emotional, I don't want to say like distraught, but like this sort of lack in the emotional department, I feel like you guys are a little bit shaken up in that regard. But I'm looking at the Queen of Swords, and I feel like that's your energy, right? The Queen of Swords is very smart, very intelligent, very powerful. Maybe she's not the most emotional person on the planet, though. So I'm getting it for a lot of you guys, even though you're sort of not necessarily 100% emotionally ready for what's going to happen and where you're going and where you're moving, even though you don't feel that way, you are ready, right? Because we have the Queen of Swords, which tells me that you're ready everywhere else. And if you don't feel like you're ready, then trust me, like, even though you don't feel like it, you're at a good point, at a good spot. And I see the Ace of Wands here, and the Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. So that's always a wonderful card to have. And then I'm looking at this in 2 different ways. For one, I'm seeing that you guys might be having an emotional, or rather a passionate new beginning in your work and career, which tells me that you guys are going to be either like moved into a new position that suits you a lot better, or maybe even like have less of a workload so that you're able to work on the stuff that you do have much more effectively, something like that. But I also see it as a new beginning in love. And the reason I say love is because you have this 2 of Cups with this High Priestess. So the 2 of Cups talks about soulmate energy. So I'm thinking that right now you guys are spending a lot of time with somebody who very much has the potential to be a life partner, especially if you're single. And if you are already in a committed relationship, or in some of your cases like married or anything like that, I'm getting that for those of you, we're going to see that this is going to end up being that support system that we talked about earlier, and it's going to help you along your way. And with this High Priestess, I feel like, first of all, you know which group you fall into, And if you are single and you're looking for love with this High Priestess and this Two of Cups, you're going to find it. And with this Magician card, you're going to make it happen. So I'm getting so much powerful energy. And you guys are really going to move forward in this coming, and this coming probably like month or so. But I would say take advantage of this energy as much as you can. And yeah, I'm wishing you guys the best of luck, even though you have so much positivity here. So even though you guys may not feel entirely emotionally ready, trust me when I say that nothing is going to be thrown at you that you can't handle. But that was your reading for Summer Around, Virgo. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new videos for Virgo on Saturdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other